everyone, my name is Kayla Thompson.
I'm Emily Benson Avatangelo.
And I'm Bria Riati, and this is our streetwear pitch to Puma.
The current positioning for Puma right now is for all athletes, Puma is the fastest sports brand, the most reliable and best sportswear for football, track, training, and fitness and running. Among all athletic brands because they cater to athletic needs like new innovations to their products, new trends, affordability, and most importantly, comfortable wear for their consumers.
So the current positioning for Puma uses the cultural symbol. Its positioning by cultural symbols let the consumer remember the brand based off of what they know. When you see the Puma sign, you know that it's Puma. It's one of the most recognizable brands out there. And their collaboration with Rihanna keeps Puma relevant and popular. Their advertisements feature Rihanna as well as other celebrities like Kylie Jenner and now The Weeknd and Big Sean and Cara Delevingne that also advertise for the brand as well. Their sporty side is really the most popular. Puma's current brand position is to create performance-enhancing and up-to-date technology for athletes. Their Forever Faster logo and hashtag only applies to the sporty side of the company, so we are trying to get that just as popular side to their street style.
Okay, some of the description of their products right now. Their athletic wear is definitely efficient and sporty. Their shoes include running and track spikes, and accessories are some headbands and hats. What we're trying to push is our casual / streetwear, so we want our clothing to be trendy and obviously shoes with our collaborations and fashion forward. Also want headbands and headpieces for accessories.
Some of the bigger things that the brand Puma has going on right now is the Rihanna Fenty Puma line, as well as Usain Bolt's collection for track and field training shoes, cleats, and active apparel. The training shoes for soccer and track and field are still very popular, as well as the active apparel. However, we do want to press the other collaborations that Puma has for casual and streetwear.
So in our SWOT analysis, some of our strengths is that Puma is a pretty established company. They're established in over 90 countries. Their main producer of enthusiast driving shoes, racing shoes, and suits are both in Formula One and NASCAR. They've entered into partnerships with famous companies like Ferrari and BMW that lets them ideally advertise to people that own Ferraris and BMW and are into that kind of stuff, and they're one of the few companies that Ferrari lets have their logo on clothes that not only Ferrari is selling but also Puma. The brand is also very innovative and has a very rich research and development team. The company produced the first screw boots for football and Mexico '68 with innovative brush soles, which were the most comfortable running shoes at the time. They're an excellent brand name throughout the world. They're very popular in the track world and in the soccer world or football if you're going all over the world. Puma has entered into sponsorships with various players and teams in different sects of the sporting industry, and they were the official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup.
So some of our weaknesses that Puma has are the tough competition and limited market share compared to Nike and Adidas, which we will talk about further in our presentation. And we also have a high brand switching, which means it's difficult to have a loyal customer base in our products.
Opportunities. Puma has a couple opportunities right now. We could a team or sponsorship as an international events in the sporting industry are taking place. Start entering more of the lifestyle streetwear section of the industry, which is what we plan on penetrating now. More advertising and branding to tap newer customers and to increase the foothold in the emerging market.
So some of their threats that we have found is that being a global brand, Puma's business is affected by the recession and economic slowdown. So since they are popular in the United States as well as Europe and other places, if somebody's markets dip, it's kind of going to affect the entire company. And the extensive competition from existing players and new players, which is growing in the industry. Imitations of Puma's brand is extensively increasing, causing losses, and government policies and regulations can affect business operations. Anytime you're working with a company that's global and that goes global, there is a lot of things that go and play with it, so it's hard to kind of market to in the entire world, let alone a specific consumer market.
Okay, so some of our competitors for Puma, our direct competitors are Nike and Adidas. So Nike has a high brand value and a long heritage. They've been along for a long time and a lot of people know about them, and Nike is basically one of the top sports brands in the industry, as well as Adidas is coming back and they're very popular with their casual and sports brand. They also have a lot of sponsorships and successful streetwear collaborations like Kanye West and Jeffree Scott, and worldwide presence. Everybody knows about them because they're also around the world and big. Some of our indirect are Reebok, Fila, New Balance, and Converse.
The consumer's image of Puma. The consumers conceive this brand as primarily soccer focused and an athlete intended brand who are trying to come back. This is an issue because Puma has way more to offer than just sports, and consumers and potential consumers need to know this.
So our IMC objectives is to remind informed consumers about Puma and their streetwear apparel and shoes, persuade them to purchase. We have preference and purchase objectives so that consumers can prefer our brand pieces rather than our top competitors, Nike and Adidas. And we want consumers to not just like our pieces from seeing them, but feel compelled enough to buy them. We have awareness objectives. More people know about our streetwear line, as a lot are familiar with the name but still do not really know about the collaborations. Along with that, we have knowledge objectives for those who want to know more about our brand Puma, but don't know what they have to offer. It's really more than just athletic wear for soccer or golf or running or anything like that. There's a whole other side to Puma that we feel like a lot of people don't really know about, which is why what we're trying to get across.
Okay, so our proposed customer segment, we are definitely targeting millennials. They're who we want to reach. They're ages 17 to 25 because this is really where our brand resonates and can really focus on. We want an inner city type of person and someone who enjoys the city life. We want them to enjoy walking around the city as well as being an active user of social media because that's where we want to primarily target them. They like to hang out with friends, very up-to-date in clothing, style, and news, and are adventurous and ambitious.
Our first target consumer, her name is Tiffany Johnson. She's age 20, edgy, young, hip style, loves hanging out with friends. She's basically the perfect fit for what our casual and streetwear brand has to offer. She has most up-to-date clothing and style, and she really gets her money from her parents who give her money so that she can shop. She's a college student, she's studying communications, and enjoys luxurious items. Particularly for her, the Puma Fenty line with Rihanna would really satisfy her needs. It's edgy and very popular.
Our second consumer that we want to target is Ricky Lopez. He's 24 years old. He lives in an apartment with some of his friends. He just graduated from college. He's from Los Angeles. He's just a year out of college, so he's still trying to figure out his life. He has 2 younger siblings at home with a really large following on Instagram as well. He's trying to start his own business and trying to, get out there in the world. He's always dressing casually. He wears lots of sneakers. He's hardworking. He likes being comfortable yet fashion forward. He likes to splurge on the things he likes, which is definitely somebody that we were looking for. And he's not into highly expensive clothing, which is why Puma is a good fit for him, because even though the clothes are still more high fashion side, they're not too expensive.
So our big idea is change direction with Puma. We really want to enforce changing our direction and getting out there and going into a different style. This is our most persuasive statement to achieve our objectives, and we want them to know that they can change direction with us and wear our clothes because that's where they want to go.
So here we have Wordle, or a couple of things that Puma screams out initially when people hear it. Soccer, running, street, athlete, sporty, coming, Bolt, Usain Bolt, legacy, golf, fashion, Rihanna, performance, style. These are all things that come to mind, or that could come to mind to anyone who hears the name Puma. Now, using this information, we could further decide how we want to attract our consumer market or change their perspective for the better.
So our proposed positioning is for all trendsetters. Puma is the most trendy and fashion forward among all street style and athletic brands because they cater to the laid back, still sporty but more style everyday needs with the latest fashion trends, as well as affordability and most importantly comfortable wear for their consumers.
Okay, so our creative executions, we have a few. We have our out of home, which is our guerrilla advertising and our mural. And then we have our internet direct marketing and our promotionals, our commercial on Instagram and YouTube, our pop-up shops, our PR and publicity, and magazine ads.
All right, so the purpose of the commercial is to raise awareness about Puma streetwear. During the commercial, there will be high-intensity instrumental playing in the background and flashing shots of streetwear and influencers with the obvious Puma logo. First, we have a shot of Rihanna flashing up on the screen quite dramatically, but it draws your attention. She has on her line, the Rihanna Puma Fenty line. Then we have The Weeknd. He's rocking a Puma sweatshirt. Him again with shoes and Kylie Jenner and so forth. And in the end, after all of these like amazing shots, not too fast, just enough time that you get to see it and admire it, it says change direction, over 12 collaborations. Which one's yours? And the Puma logo in the back. Not so obvious, but just vaguely in the back. That's how our commercial would be, to draw attention, raise awareness.
So our sales promotion and direct marketing strategy, we are going to implement a reward program that is open for all of its customers, but it will give special offers and coupons to college students who enter the school they're attending. As well, in stores, you show your college ID, you get 15% off. Since we're targeting millennials and college kids, no one's going to want to spend a lot of money on clothes being a broke college student, so implementing a discount plan is a really good idea to get kids into the door and keep them with Puma because they know that they're going to get 15% off with us. And also posting these promotions all around college campuses will inform potential consumers. When you purchase from a Puma store, they will ask you to sign up for the reward program, and then you get the $15 offers with your student ID present.
This is also inspiring a long-term relationship with Puma and that brand equity.
We're going to start doing it right at the end of the summer into the beginning of the fall, so it's just in time for back to school. Get all your back to school clothes. And the social media pages will promote and reward the programs. And a representative from Puma can go to and will go to colleges and ask them permission to post it and talk about their plans and implementations.
So on our social media, we are going to use platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to engage with our followers because that's really where the millennials are right now and are really like focusing on their followers and engaging with their followers as well as what we want to do. So we plan to repost their pictures with our products and responding to how they feel about the brand and so forth. As you can see, like here are screenshots of their current platforms right now. Twitter and Facebook are kind of the same, which we would like to change because it's really repetitive seeing the same like background and focus every time you go on.
Our guerrilla campaign, we will be surprising our consumers like never before. We aim to get people talking about Puma. That's what we want. We want to raise awareness. We want Puma to be hot. We want it to be in, especially their streetwear. This basically includes a thank you gala and Puma crashing it. At a random time during the event, Puma will have a fashion show. Purely by surprise, someone in the audience will be recording it. The plan is to make this go viral so that everyone knows how Puma wants to be seen this upcoming season.
This campaign, since we know that in real life you can't just crash a celebrity gala, so Puma's hosting the gala. That's why there's an invitation there. So it's Usain Bolt's like kind of like thank you going away retirement party, and then posted by Puma, and then Puma is going to crash it with the fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
So for the murals and our city ads, the murals are going to be original work of art that embodies the city that it's in and its central theme to standing out and being original. We thought it was a really good idea kind of to have the murals be commissioned and by Puma and painted by local artists in different cities so that it kind of gives a more, instead of just having like Puma pick a random person. So every mural and every billboard is going to be different because it's going to embody the city that it's in. So it's really cool that the mural in New York is going to be different than the one in Los Angeles or the one in Philadelphia or the one in Brazil or the one in Spain or the one in Rome or Italy, something like that. So every mural is going to have a different kind of feel to it because it's going to be commissioned by a local artist and kind of bring everybody together. It's bringing a good relationship with local artists and as well as Puma and the brand. And then for our city ads, we're going to monitor social media to see if people are talking about the murals, how the monitor sales in the cities where the ads are posted, kind of using that content and people taking pictures of all these different things and kind of generating content through there.
Also raising high awareness for the Puma brand. Positive as well.
Okay, so one thing that we found was really cool and exciting are pop-up shops. So in well-known cities around the world to showcase new clothing, Puma will put up pop-up shops around bigger cities, and possible celebrities will appear. Helps show consumers what's new to Puma and easy access to the new lines that may not be available in their nearest Puma stores. So on our social media pages like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, a week before, we will release the date and the location of the pop-up shop. This will help raise suspense and get people excited to go to these pop-up shops, as well as follow our social media because they have to know where they're going. So,
and that's the only way they'll get to know is if they follow our social media. All right, publicity and PR. Puma is going to sponsor a moving day on large college campuses around the world. For this sake, we use NYU, which is based in New York, and host a lot of our target consumers. Puma will collaborate with college hunks hauling junk and help students move into their dorms on campus. Puma will provide the move-in hunks as well as merch giveaways and campus activities. This can also go in with our brand awareness team that Puma will have on these college campuses that will basically be repping Puma, wearing the gear, but having fun. People who love the Puma brand and what they stand for, changing direction, who constantly love to change our direction for the better. So the other kids on campus will see these people rocking this gear. They'll like it. Hey, where did you get that from? And it'll just inspire that connection with college students and Puma. Fashion stuff.
So for our magazine ad, we want to just run all different ads featuring Rihanna with her Fenty line featuring Kylie Jenner and Cara Delevingne and The Weeknd and Big Sean and all of their big brand ambassadors. And we kind of want everything to run in popular modern magazines that our target market, that the millennials, the 17 to 25-year-olds will want to read. So it's Nylon, Vogue, Teen Vogue, 17 Magazine, and GQ to get the most reach from our target market. Even though that we are trying to market more a younger demographic, more millennial kids, we are still showcasing our newest collections and pieces that are considered high fashion. So that's where GQ and Vogue will come in, as well as the younger Teen Vogue and 17 Magazine.
Okay, so this is our campaign flow chart. So for under advertising, we have our magazines, which we would allocate 10% of our total budget into. So this includes our ads in Vogue, Teen Vogue, Nylon, 17, and GQ. And our sales promotion, we have our reward program, which we are allocating 15% to cover the costs of giving coupons and such. Then for our public relations, which is the college hunks hauling junk, we have 20%. And that's to cover obviously paying the college hunks and paying for the merchandise we will be giving away during our time on these college campuses. Then our direct marketing is our direct response emails and our ads, as well as our pop-up shops. And that's allocating 20% because our pop-up shops will take a large amount of our budget because that's where we want to primarily focus on. And then our interactive and our social media includes our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, our wall murals, our guerrilla campaign, and our commercials on YouTube and Instagram. And this is the most that we are allocating, which is 35%, because we will need a lot of money in each of these places. So hopefully we can get a large revenue back on these.
All right, so for our evaluation, of course, we will have a pre-test and a post-test. We will start pre-testing 12 months before we initially release the campaign. Focus groups to be updated on our brand perspective from different consumers. Our post-test, we will begin post-testing immediately after the campaigns go out. The magazine, ads, the murals, all around that time we'll be very attentive to social media, what people are saying, how are they responding. The testing guidelines, easy and not time consuming, given before and after the campaign. Questions are straight to the point, filled with qualitative information that will help decipher marketing plans in the long run, and customers receive coupons after completion as a nice incentive for giving their honest opinion. Appropriate tests, we will have surveys that will be given to consumers before and after our campaigns, interviews with loyal prospective consumers, and over the phone interviews to get these results and data.
So just our conclusion, we want to take Puma and amp it up with our campaigns by using the streetwear line as well as the collaborations. We will make people know what Puma's fashionable side continually has to offer and that they won't forget about it. We plan to make our target market choose Puma clothing as their go-to style, and will increase your sales tremendously. We plan to make a difference and hope that our consumers change direction with us.
Thank you for your time. That's all.
Thank you.